Sawadee Cup. I thought I'd show you our rice hut that sits in the corner of our tropical garden. This was totally unplanned originally when I drew the plans for the garden, but when I saw the potential of a rice hut as a beautiful seating spot within a garden or anywhere else, I had to have one. So we added one a couple of years ago now to the garden. And this is what it looks like. This video is in response to a comment made by Tony. So Tony, I'll make sure you're watching, Tony White. So it's tucked away in the corner of what was planned to be a utility area for storage, but ended up with this rice hut. Rice huts are totally enclosed, of course, but what I've done is opened up one side and then created a deck here that you can sit out, and it overlooks this area, which is pretty special. I originally thought that the wall that I removed, these two panels here, would drop down to form the timber for the floor of this decking. But in fact, you'll find with most rice huts, I'm knowledgeable now about rice huts, you'll find most rice huts are walls of fairly thin timber. The floors are super thick, hardwood, very often old, and because they were designed to hold vast tons of rice. But the walls were purely to keep creatures out, so they're quite thin and they're not suitable for using as decking, so we had to buy new decking timber. But you see, it makes a beautiful area inside. The timber's stripped back. When you buy them, they're a grey colour, but when you sand them back and varnish them, they come up with some beautiful, beautiful colours. This is an old fishing basket. Well, it's not old, it's a fishing basket that I've turned into a light. So you can make it a nice seating area, a display area. As I say, great for a garden. And then with it being opened up, you can have this wonderful sort of area, sort of inside outside. Steel roof. I left the original steel on there, which is nice and rusted. Still good quality, nice and rusted, but I've added insulation under the steel to make this a little bit cooler. The rice hut itself sits in now a treed area. So obviously, I mean, timber houses get incredible. Timber houses are air temperature houses. Whatever it is outside is what it is inside. They have very little insulative qualities. The timber walls will heat up. You can insulate the roof, which helps because a lot of the heat comes through the roof. But you're not going to get a cool house with the timber house, but you will get character. And this is wonderful character. I just love it. You can tell the ice cream man cometh. I love Isaan. If I had some money, I'd rush out and buy a cornetto, but anyway, tomorrow. So my response to Tony's comment was looking at the longer term possibility of buying a sort of bamboo structured house, which was advertised for 40,000, I think. To me, I'd sooner have a rice hut. This thing stood for 40 years. It'll stand for another 40 as long as you look after it. While the bamboo or rattan type structures, you'll have to replace the roof every 2 or 3 years, and the bamboo itself won't survive. And they're great houses for rats and geckos. I actually had even seen a snake in one. So compare that to a rice hut, which is made out of ancient, 30, 40-year-old hardwood. It'll last longer than you. So recommended 6,000 to buy one. That's what I've paid. I bought 2 of them. 6,000 to buy one. You'll get the whole thing transported, rebuilt, everything you need inside, restained, all the rest of it for 25,000 baht, an absolute bargain, and it'll last your lifetime. So I get enthusiastic about rice huts. I just love it when people go out and save them, because I put a post up recently of a rice hut that was just lying in bits on the ground, just rotting away, and I think they're worth more than that. So that's my video for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Sawadee ka.